This presentation is simply about the conclusion in 2 sentences for an IELTS essay. There are usually 2 ways to conclude your IELTS essay. For most every prompt, you're going to rewrite your thesis statement first, and then number 3 on this page, write a future-leaning statement as an opinion. That's the most common way. When you get a problem solution essay, you rewrite your thesis statement and then summarize your body paragraphs. And that's all there is to it. I have an example on the next page. Please note, the big mistake people make here when they do their conclusion, and it's a big mistake, is they bring in new information in the conclusion. Don't ever do that. You're always going to refer back to something you've written in your essay, and maybe even that second sentence when you give your opinion, you're going to refer back to what you wrote in your thesis statement with an opinion. So here's an example of a conclusion taken from a thesis. If you've been following the earlier videos, this is the same one, the same thesis statement as we developed before. This essay will discuss 2 different measures of success: material wealth and social recognition. Note that this part is underlined because when you write the first sentence of your conclusion, the underlined part beside number 1 down there, that's all that you have to rewrite is the thesis part. The extra part that says, and explain why social recognition is the better choice, that's your opinion, right? That's what follows the transitive verb. That's what you pick up maybe in the second sentence. In my opinion, social recognition is the better measure of success over wealth because, and then you would add something here, you'd support it from your own essay, and it says here, because we cannot take our money with us when we die, but we can certainly help people while we live. Now that may have been taken from the essay, or it's a complete future-leaning statement, but it does summarize what you were talking about in terms of social recognition, let's say. Likewise, here's another example, but this time it's from a problem solution prompt. The thesis would be this, the underlined part here that you have to see. This essay will discuss the issues and solutions surrounding the immigration of medical personnel from wealthier to poorer nations, and explain how governments can help. Now, the and explain how governments can help, that's your opinion added on. It's just the underlined part that we're going to rewrite in the first sentence of the conclusion. So this essay has discussed. You can use the present perfect, has discussed, as your verb, or you can just say it in the simple past tense because it's a completed action now. You can say this essay discussed some of the problems and solutions around the immigration of doctors and nurses. So it's slightly rewritten in a different way. Always try and do that. Don't ever repeat yourself. The second sentence refers back to the opinion and explain how governments can help. And this is where you might summarize. In my opinion, governments of poorer nations can do a lot to inhibit the movement of medical personnel by offering more money for salaries and better equipment in local hospitals. Now, with a problem solution prompt, you're going to have to write a double support paragraph, right? So you're going to have 2 ideas there. And one of them obviously was offer more money. And the second one was better equipment in local hospitals. Okay, these were the 2 ways to keep the medical personnel from moving. That would be in not your first paragraph where you're discussing the problems, but in the second paragraph of your body where you discuss the solutions as to why these people are moving. I hope that helps. That concludes it. Always just leave your conclusion at 2 sentences. 1, 2, and you're done. Again, we're always fighting the clock. 40 minutes to go there. Huh? Thank you. Bye-bye. You can follow MJG Education on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Tumblr. We'll be updating that constantly, as with our homepage. We specialize in tutorials for the time being, as our website is being developed. So tutorials in reading, writing, listening, and speaking. We also do lots of mock tests that include feedback, oral feedback, if we do them through Zoom. And of course, you'll get feedback in a written form as well. We like to emphasize, too, that we're a Canadian company. You can save 35% if you're dealing with companies that charge you in US dollars. By all means, come back and check us out. We'll save you a fortune. Anyways, thank you very much and have a nice day wherever you are.